storage, I'm going to review the Potane Precision Vacuum Sealer machine. It's a pro food sealer with built-in cutter and bag storage that is up to 20 feet in length. Both the auto and manual modes are options. You have 2 food modes, and it includes 2 bag rolls that are 11-inch by 16-inch and 8-inch by 16-inch, a compact design. If you are interested in buying this food sealer, you might go to Amazon right now because that is where I bought it. However, I paid $139 for it. It is now on sale, I believe, about $109 or a little less. So if you're interested, go to that site. All right, so this is the Potane sealer. We had bought another brand and we're not happy with it. And so really, essentially, for just a little bit more money, we got a much better unit. When you open the unit, as you see, I have the bag pulled out to the length that I need. It's important you don't have too long of a length. If you do, the food sealer may not vacuum properly. So, I have already pulled out the food sealer, the food bag, and it is underneath the cutter, which again, it's a built-in cutter. So I'm going to go slide the cutter over the bag and pull it out. And as you see, this is what I'm going to seal these Italian sausage links. All right. Now you place the bag right across the sealing unit right there, just a little bit, and then you bring it down and you push down firmly. Now there are 2 modes, dry and moist. In this case, we will be using moist. The first thing you need to do is seal the one end of the bag. So I push down the button, Seal Only Auto. Now it's pretty quiet while it does the sealing. And as you can see, there is a blue light on. When the blue light goes off, the seal has been made, and you lift the cover and remove the bag. So let's give it a moment. It is now gone off. I'm going to lift it up and pull it out, and as you can see, the end has been sealed. Now I'm going to open the bag and put my 2 sausage links inside of it. And I settle it down into the bottom of the bag like that, and I place it over the sealing bar. And this is really trial and error, but what I've learned is that if you have too much bag, the unit may not seal it properly. So I bring it up like this, bring the cover down, push it down, make sure that it's on moist, and then I push back and seal. Now that makes a little bit of noise while it's vacuuming it out, and as you can see, it's sucking the juices out and making a nice vacuum of the bag. When that's done, the vacuum seal will go off. At least it should. So we'll give it a moment, and another moment, and it's gone off. The next step, you want to be sure not to lift the cover until you do this next step, because if you do, the bag will be open. Now I push the Seal Only Auto button. It turns blue, it's quiet, but when the light goes off, the vacuum seal is done. And there it goes, it's off. We lift the cover, and lo and behold, you have a nice vacuum sealed bag. And it has been my first video demonstrating a product I bought from Amazon. So if you like it and you want to buy this unit, go to Amazon, as I said, check the current price, and take advantage of a great deal and a great vacuum sealer. Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, this is a recording of the new Potane machine. I didn't pronounce that right, but anyway, vacuum sealer that I'm using. And I'm doing pork that we ground yesterday, and I'm putting it in 10-ounce packages. It's just my wife and I. And although the instructions don't say do it this way, I found this works out really nice. Is I just bring it out from the roller that's in there, built in, and seal, and we'll let it seal. And while that's sealing, then I'm taking my pork and taking out 10-ounce quantities. Something close to it anyway. That's almost 11. Close enough. And it's sealed. Then what I do is I bring it out to the size I need. I wish they had freezer bags that had quantities that you can put in for length. It'd make it easier to cut, but you know, you just kind of have to take a guess until you get good at it. And then this machine has, if you can see that a little closer to seal this, this machine has the roll sits back here, which I really like. That is really nice. But this cutting bar is good too, because it allows you to cut straight cuts, not crooked, and I don't know, I just had a tough time getting them right. So all I do is run that across and I cut it. Then I take my pork. Use this pork for all kinds of different things. Italian cooking, I season it with Italian stuff. Instead of having to buy it. And I'll leave a little dab out because I was a little bit over. Alright. And of course, using my hands, I gotta wipe them off because otherwise it gets dirty, not dirty, but food. Then what I do, and I know it says that you probably should freeze it to get a little bit firm before you seal the packages, but I have found this has worked out really well. So I just cut it to the length, take it like this, where it's going to reach into the vacuum, and make sure that it's as flat as possible, and then hit moist, vac, and seal. And now it's sealing. And it takes a little while to do it, because I guess it's cooling down first. But now it's sealed, so you pick it up, and so it's vacuumed and sealed, and I just did moist. But then what I do is I squish it. So it's nice and flat, and then it doesn't take up any extra room because I got a lot of flat packages. And here's some I did already, just to kind of show you an idea. So that's how I do it. I highly recommend this machine. It is really good. It also takes the really wide vacuum seal bags. I'm not having any use for that right now, but that's going to come in handy for bigger, maybe pieces of meat, or when I've got a bigger package of something to do. So very easy to do. Highly recommend it. And it enabled us to buy in larger quantities or make my own, like this pork, ground pork that I made myself, and then save a lot of money and keep it stored. Okay, thanks. Enjoy it.
You plug it in, you choose your mode, which you have dry and moist. So I'm going to vacuum seal some buns to put in the freezer. You can put anything in the freezer if you vacuum seal it. So you do that. I have a little roll of small bags in there already. So I just lift this little slicer up, pull it through, take my bun, and I just see how much room I think I'm gonna need. So this should be long enough. And then I just push down and slice it over. And then what you do is you pull it down towards the brown strip and it stays, and then you shut it. And then I hit seal only. And there's a little blue button that comes on and it automatically goes off when it's done sealing. So you don't have to do anything, just wait. It just takes a few seconds, maybe 10 or 15. So it goes off, pull the bag out, and I put my bun in there. And it fits like air. And then you put the bun, the end of the bag that was sliced, in this deep crevice. So once it's in there, you pull this down and shut it. And then I hit vacuum seal only because I do each individual one so I can see how much air is out of it. So I hit vacuum seal, or vacuum only. Sucks the air out. I left off, but not supposed to do that. When I feel like there's enough air out, seal only again, and it just takes a minute. That's the process. It's very simple, not complicated. I just use it for that. And then there is my bun, sealed up, real nice. And what I do is I write today's date on it with a marker, 6/9/23, and then what I'm freezing, bun. And that's that. And then I put it in the freezer. But I have done this with ground meat, steaks, stew mix, or stew meat. You can vacuum seal just about anything that you want to keep fresh. I do it with fruit. I freeze fruit. I'll show you a bag of that. Well, the fruit's gone, but you get the idea. If you're gonna do meat or fruit, you wanna change your setting from dry to moist, so it works differently, I guess, for that. So that is it. I've used much cheaper, inexpensive vacuum sealers in the past, and they just stop working. They don't get enough air out, and then your food goes bad once you thaw it out. This Potane is a little more expensive, but it is completely worth it in the long run. Your food stays fresher longer. It gets out all the air, and once it's sealed up, it's sealed up. And you can leave meat in the freezer for up to 6 months. It stays fresh. And bread, you can put in the freezer. It stays fresh pretty long too, a month or two. I haven't left it in there that long to know, but I would imagine it stays fresh just as long. So that's it. It's a very beautiful. It has a canister option, which I have not used yet. If you're a canner, you might want to try that out, but I highly recommend this.
This is our new vacuum sealer we received from Amazon after having a few food savers that have not succeeded. This is the Potane. We watched on YouTube. It is a good idea to seal your bags first and then cut them. So we are going to seal our bag. Seal only. The light will turn off when it is finished. Now we will open it up. Make sure that it is sealed. As you can see, very nice seal. The copper mesh does a great job. We have noticed that it doesn't like to cut on one side. It's better on the other side, so we may go through twice, but we will see. I'm taking a little too much for our yucca, so I'm gonna suck a little bit more back in. Nice straight cut. Now we are going to put our yucca in our vacuum seal bag that was provided. Have to make sure that you don't fill it too full, that it can get a full seal on it, otherwise no vacuum seal will work. Now we're going to put it where the liquid will stay in. Make sure that it's inside. Place it down. Make sure there's no folded corners. It's fully in. Lock it into place. And hit vac and seal. It'll hit the vac and seal. You see the button. It's sealing it up. Sucking out all the air and any moisture that's in it because we have it on dry. Now you can see the button that says seal only. Sound has stopped. And when the buttons are no longer blue, it is finished. At this time, we are ecstatic about this product. We will see how long it lasts. We have other products with the Food Saver and they didn't last more than 6 months. So we are hoping this one, because we seal a lot of our food on a weekly basis, will last. We will continue our review.
You have to push it down first. Then when you store it, you leave it open like this. Do not lock it. Leave it open like that. I like it. I would recommend it. Does a great job. Not vacuuming. Not vacuuming at all. But it seals.